Right now you can see my deck list. Yeah, I didn't play this. I played this.
Oh, creamy.
Yeah. All right. So basically, what I played today on the day was Bug Adventure, and we played for adventure cards. We play Free Enchantress, Free Ride, the Foolish, Griffin, the Two Faithfuls, and the Brickleback. To be
Mm.
fair, of the engine overall was really good. Double Faithful came up. There were a couple of games that I used souls to send away the Faithful, drew cards, and then resolved another ride later on the game, which gave me the second Faithful, so kept my grind even better. Because
Mm.
in the punk matchups, it comes down to I scythe lock you lose, or I hand trap
Yeah.
you, and then I hand trap you back. And then it starts to become a grind game where no where you, a resource grind game if it's that line where we start hand trapping each other. And
Mm.
my
Yeah, it
opinion
can
for
be longer.
my
Yeah.
and my meta call was to play against a lot of Dash and a lot of Punk. And if you start to play, I know you sometimes if you can play through the no sorry when you start and they play through the scythe lock by setting all the quick play spells it starts to become a grindier game. So second faithful comes up because Chimera can pop it and that kind of thing to stop my grind game.
Mm.
So yeah, uh, and then punk cards I played all those nine here. Two Foxy Tune, two ZMN, one Ogre Downs, one Zero Note, and triple Itele.
Yeah.
If you
Can you
drag the
explain
hmm?
Foxy Turn?
Two Foxy
Can
Tune,
you explain more? Rather,
uh,
as opposed to perhaps three.
uh, two was the what changed what I did the maths and literally you in a 40 there is something wrong in here. We're missing one card because the 46 card is not a 45. Oh, the Shrewdo,
Ah.
that's the one. The Shrewdo, that's what I'm looking
Oh,
for. Shrewdo, that's the one. That's the one. Great quality content,
I'm
eh?
afraid you submitted the wrong deck list.
Nah, I didn't because I handwritten mine, but
No.
based off of this. But
Mm.
nah, we don't do that here.
No. Oh, did you hear about the Top Cut game loss thing though? This is a good story if you don't mind.
Oh, go for
I'm
it.
not
What
seeing. I
was
didn't
it?
know the story.
Oh, in the top eight, both Harry and I believe it was his opponent was Michael. Both had a decklist error and both received a game loss. So it was a double game loss for game one, which meant that they played game two, three, and four. So essentially, neither of them received a game loss because they both did.
That's so random.
Yeah,
That's actually
No,
funny.
yeah.
it's not a best of one.
Well, yeah, I would have assumed it would be a best of one, but I guess so because you can only award a game loss for game one before
Yeah.
it started, right?
Oh,
So
oh,
essentially, it was me.
have some follows that
Oh,
I have to
that's
shout out.
lucky. They got lucky.
Uloike, thanks for following, and chilling underscore 315, thanks for following us. Just have to do it.
Yeah.
But that's actually funny.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Anyway, yeah, continue.
Um. Oh yeah. While we played two Foxy Journey, I was playing triple Foxy Journey before with no Strudel, and it was a 46 card still. But then I started breaking on opening too many punk cards. I was like, okay, what's the out of this? Okay, it's not. It's okay and an okay all to draw two of this in the same like two like Italy, Foxy, Deer, like one of those nine cards. They also were like, yeah, that's a reasonable for like odds. And I was like, what if we got one Foxy tune? And I checked out
Mm.
to see one because every game you pretty much just want to see one of those, you know, one of these eight cards here. You don't want to see
Mm.
Deer Note in your hand never.
Oh yeah, of course, it's the
It's the
worst.
card.
I mean, like, unless you got the other punk with it, right?
Oh yeah,
I did
unless
that.
Oh yeah, same. I did that today.
Yeah.
So I did the maths, and the maths of drawing exactly one. Do you know what one of those 8 cards in the math of drawing one of those exact 9 cards in a 46 card list? It was a difference of like 1% or less,
Mm.
if I recall correctly. It was like 1% or even less than that. And I was like, okay, I'm comfortable taking one out. The only odd that reduced it was the odds of seeing more than one. But I'm like, yeah, that's
Mm.
what I want. I don't want to see multiples of this in my hand. So
Yeah.
just 1 second, we're starting to get some internet connection issues again. A moment.
No
All right, we're
stress,
back.
no stress.
All right, we're back. We're back. Today's internet has not been helping. Thanks a lot. Um, where was I? Punk, and then we have all the other good cards that I played as one-offs. IOC Souls. I played just 1-1. Changing forward might bump to 2-2 because when I drew those cards, they were just great. Like every time that
Yeah, like
it was just free plus. That's what the card reads.
yeah,
Adventure
yeah, because
becomes. Sorry, say
yeah,
again.
if you don't draw like any punk card along with adventure in this kind of deck, it can be quite difficult to make, to extend and like even get access to the tuner.
Yeah,
So like the souls helps a lot because if you draw that with right or even just in a standard ad often, it can help get you access to that tuner which you need to do most anything. Yeah.
yeah, that's true. And
Mm.
what's the name of it? But every time that because like right by itself generates like a lot of cards for free, and then Souls sends away all the cards that I already got for free for even more cards that doesn't have to be an engine card. It can be like you can see those, and then once you see those cards, you win the game.
Mm. Yep.
And then Rose package, Rose Dragon. I think I comboed someone out of Rose, like right Rose today, so that felt pretty good.
Oh, it's so good to open Red Rose when you have a right in hand, or even just a Griffin Rider. It just feels
Yeah,
good.
you just make a Baron, and then you just
Yeah,
get
it
Yeah,
two
just
free
feels
summons.
great.
get on Konami for putting that to one. Like, oh god, the mess it would have been if that was still at three.
Oh yeah, because when you have to go through Hulk to get into this, you actually
Mm.
you can interact with it, so you stop it. But when you hard draw it,
There's nothing
you
yeah,
just have
there's
to
nothing.
accept it. You just
Yeah.
have to
It's,
accept it.
oh, yeah.
And then Rocks Rose Basil. I drew this card a lot. Drew this card quite often, but most time that I drew this card, I drew with Soul, so I could just Soul send this away. You get a free card.
Yeah. It must be nice.
Yeah. Scythe. Hard drew this card I think only once, and I was going second, and I won the game literally because what's the name of the card? The Hot Red Calamity, the
Ah,
Synchrotron. Yeah, I played against Punk Fury on my last round of Swiss,
yeah.
and he made it. And I was like, oh well, that's kind of rough. But I drew Scythe. Can I summon another monster? Yes, I can. Cool. Oh, summon a monster, make Hulk pass.
That
Said
would have looked
Scythe.
so. Yeah.
Smile. Well,
Yo, that's nutty.
yeah, and shout out to Liam Garrity for doing pretty much the same thing against me, but going first in a 60 card deck. He drew Cypher off 60 cards and then just forced baited a hand trap, and then I'm like, bro, did you just draw Scythe? Jesus Christ. I impermed his Hulk, he changed me from like, okay, the set is Scythe, I think I'll lose this one. But yeah, Snow every time. This card's broken. Where is Snow off the list? Can anyone explain me, please? Why is Snow off the list? Like I want games that I shouldn't win because of snow.
Yeah, same. Me too.
Yeah,
Uh,
and then they just decide to put shooting rise at one, which is the card that
Mm.
enables the snow. Like,
Yeah.
it's like saying we know that this is a problem, but we just don't care. Like, we know snow's the issue here.
and then the Strudo is just a freak center pretty much. I side out this
Mm.
card quite a lot. Like the cards that I side out very often are like Faithful, the Strudo, Snow, and Mare. The Brick
Yeah,
Mare, I
it
should
seems.
say.
Yeah, I definitely see like because if you're going second, you probably all have to end up swapping out hand traps essentially because everything else is
Yeah,
just engine,
engine
right?
requirement. Yeah,
There's
engine
yeah,
requirements.
exactly. Unless you're like, I'm just not going to play with souls for this game.
Yeah,
Just stuff like that. You're going to have to accept. Yeah.
yeah, I did set out Souls package very often because it's only really, in
Mm,
my opinion, is that it's only really good when you start the game with it. When you start the game and you have in your deck, because if you full combo, you can arc line into it.
yeah.
So
Hmm.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Like when you make the arc light and you're just like, oh, please have an interruption. Just let me keep going.
yes. And then you just search this, which is follow up, and then when this is your
Hmm.
follow up, it's actually
Yeah.
a follow up
Yeah.
because you get like free cards because of
Yeah.
faithfuls
Oh,
and
we have soul and right with another fateful in deck. Like that's
mm,
follow up, which is something that
yes.
this yeah, that's something that this deck can struggle with, because you end up with a lot less extra deck bombs, all that sort of stuff. Like, yeah,
Mhm.
so you kind of need to be able to do something like that for your second turn. Because, yeah, if your opponent can't answer, you need to be
Yeah,
able to have some push. And that's why things like Second Faithful is important.
yeah. Yeah, second, third, grand games, all this, and the shoot is just legit a free extender in the deck. Like you pay half, which is fine. It helps with Punisher, so it gets even bigger. And call by, I didn't draw call by as much today, which was kind of on the day, which was kind of sad. But I drew when I actually needed, which was nice. Like situation was like, fuck, I need a call by. I draw call by. I'm like, okay, I think I'm winning this.
Yeah, the only time I can recall drawing called by was that one particular final game.
Oh my god, we're coming back to
Yeah,
that. Don't worry,
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
we're going to go through that. Uh, Draco back you need for adventure, and then 15 hand traps. Um, 15 hand traps in 46 cards. It's you'll see most of them. You're going to have a very big likelihood of drawing two, but you'll also have a very. I think it was 90% of the time you see one, 60% of the time you see two, and I think it was about 30% of the time to see three hand
Mm.
traps with this ratio, and then post side you just have 20 hand traps if you're playing against some sort of you have 19 or 20 hand traps if they have if they are a token deck. Uh, Ash almost didn't draw it. It felt really weak when I drew it because I wasn't like Ashing Branded Diffusion. Valor and Imperm were the hand traps that I drew the most. They were alright, like they were mid good. Nibiru, I actually built a Despa player which was irrelevant because he still had a game, which was rep. Draw the best application that I had of draw on the day was
Mm.
I on game three against Despia on round four, I'm pretty sure. I normal summon it, linking to Anima. That's
Yeah.
like turn three. I full combo him, he dark rulers me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And then a normal summon draw. Make Anima take the monster, link it away, make dock, take the monster again, Starling climbing just out of that.
Yeah.
Um, Extra deck was, Excess Cold Talker, Selene, Dark you need for like, Anima follow in the follow up for Anima.
hmm
Also, it's just a good generic. Plus,
hmm
helps out with in the Punk Mirror matches like the broken card on the extra deck.
Yeah.
Uh, Hulk you need for combo, Dag you need for combo. Anima, my opinion is that Anima is much better than Linkable one because it has a good application going second and it's a spellcaster, so you can turn any link one for with Mermere, for example, you turn the token into this and then you just jump straight up to the Celine.
It's so good to be able to just easily make Celine.
Yeah, yeah. Like all my other level ones are tuners, but that
Mm.
when you trying to go for a game with this helps a lot. Having this as a tune, turning this into a Celine,
Yeah.
and then Pep, one of the best cards in the extra deck, my opinion. Card is just crazy.
Punisher. Yeah.
Um, Chinning, really good
Did people?
card. Hmm?
Yeah. Well,
What?
was Punisher outed very often? Like, were many people able to get rid of it? Like,
Uh,
what was
I,
your overall experience when you put it out?
I think the only person that outed a Punisher was you on the game free, Marshall.
Ah, well, okay then. Yeah.
Yeah, card is crazy. Like, yeah, a desperate player was about to, because he was trying to put two dogs on the field to super poly
Mm.
into a Sorry
Yep.
Venom, effect to gain the
Yep.
attack, effect to copy the effect. But then I
Yep.
just had a snow, so when he entered battlefield, it's like snow effect, smile,
Yep.
and he got it out. So I was like, yes, you've did your job, Snow, thank you. Chinning summoned once and won the game because of it. I
Mhm.
was against Punk Furion, so basically what I did was, um, in his turn after I scythe lock him, I use I in response like on the sum of chaining I use Snow because I know he has like I know he has a Regulus in hand.
Mm.
So I basically what I do I book one of his monsters and then chaining banishes the Calamity and a what was it? And Regulus had engraved because he had the Lily in hand. So I know that if I don't do that now, I know that Regulus is gonna come around and ends up Omni Negate. He's gonna get cards for free and all that.
Mhm.
1 second. All right. Wait. Connection getting Wi-Fi FTK once again. One moment.
Mm.
Oh my god, why? Why? Why do we have to get FTK'd by this? Why? Okay, we're back. We're back. We're back. We're back. Basically, if you miss anything that I said because of the internet FTK, I bet cheating won me a game that Baron wouldn't win. Speaking of the next card, Baron, card's crazy. Kills Ruler,
Mm.
card's crazy. Yasi, you pop with Baron, summon the Mare, going seconds like a free pop.
Mhm.
Shitty Riser, card's really good. It's limited for a reason.
Is it? Is it now?
uh,
I
the
love that. Yeah.
PG Wonder Magician, Pop Scythe, and Arclight helps to play through droplets and It basically, if it dies, you search for illusion, which is pretty much a souls. Unless you draw the
Mm,
souls in your top deck, but then that's a whole nother point.
mm.
And then side deck wise was triple gamma, the driver. Um, drew driver more than gamma, which is funny. Next time probably we'll play triple driver one gamma just to see if the opposite happens more
See if
often.
they might reverse. Yeah, surely. Yeah, that autonomic soldier, he pops up pretty often.
um, one token collector. Summoned a bit, quite a lot, not too many times, but did summon it like once every now and then.
Mm.
Reboot didn't draw in the main event, but in the side deck I resolved the reboot on a one. Free Lightning Storm, good against Espia back row. Free Cosmic, good against back row. Triple tech. This literally only came in when I went first.
Yeah. Interesting. A lot of people are using that as a going second card now.
Um, yeah, I kind of agree because of the scythe, but the main factor is I when you claim that this deck, you
Mm.
either gonna get hand trapped or dark rolled.
Yeah.
And I was
Hmm.
like, well, if I get hand trapped, like Marshall did, like he Ogre
Yeah.
Gamma nibbed me. I was like, I want to have a card that I'm like, okay, there's the first one. Let's check for the second one. So let's see if they open free to fire me. But I didn't see all day long. I legit did not draw triple tactic talents the entire
Mm.
tournament. I just didn't draw
That,
it,
yeah.
which is rough. But
No,
oh, mm,
if you're full combo, I mean,
oh yeah,
just don't
if I,
get hand trapped.
yeah, easy. Just cut your opponent's deck better. That's what I have to say.
Yeah, 100%. My deck got cut real well in the final.
Oh yeah, real funky ways. Uh,
Yeah.
my tournament report was round one. I played against Eldritch Branded Adventure.
Hmm.
Round two, I played against Despia Conor Bryson. Shoutouts for him to making top eight as well. Uh, round three was you Marshall. Shout out to him for getting second place and opening Nibogger Gamma on game three. Uh, round four, I played against Despia, which was the one that I made Pep and he did the Starving Venom to audit, but I had the slow,
Mm.
so you know. Uh, yeah, and I want you won that's the first branded the Eldritch. I won 2-1 Conor Bryson, lost 2-1 to
Mm.
to Marshall, won 2-1 against this Despia, and then I played against Liam Guarantee on Punk Adventure Eldritch. I lost to Old, just just happened. Uh, and then round six I played against PK. I trolled him. He wasn't that great with the deck, to be fair. So, like, there were plays that I saw all the plays that he could have done, and he just didn't do. Like, okay, next turn you're dead. And then round seven, I played against Punk Furion, which was
Mm.
the match that I made the Chining, and I won.
Mm.
So,
Nice.
yeah, right.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, over. Oh, side event. I have to say, for the
yeah.
side event, I have to say this because okay, I did the one change that I should have done for the tournament, which was
Yep.
not play this fucking card and don't play this.
If you cut me there, did you? What did you replace Yazi with, or did you just leave it there?
Nah, I put it a line in here
Ah, yeah, liner. Yeah, good
because
choice.
because Lina came up quite a lot
Mm.
in Swiss. I didn't lose the
Mm.
games, but just would be free real estate. To be fair, would just be much easier. And
So
for the
how did
mirror,
it go?
because okay, first round I played against. What's the name of it? Um, what's the name of the archetype? What's the name of the archetype? One, something like
What are they?
fuck. What's the name?
Oh, it's a buy.
Yeah, it was legit like not deep buy because the only game that lost in that tournament was to him. Uh, Meta. Oh, Time Lord. That's the name.
Time Lord.
Yes, I'm playing against Time Lord round one. I
He
lost
was
game.
playing Burn.
Yes. Game one, I lost. I lost because I was like,
Burn,
wow.
bro.
I lost game one because he minded me, and I already used my Griffin and my Draco back. I'm like, oh, okay. I think I'm losing this.
Yeah.
Like, I had to like special Griffin, normal summon Ash, make Hulk, because I don't know what I'm
Yeah.
playing
Yeah.
against. So I might as well just normal Scythe combo.
And
But
yeah.
then discard the Draco back with Jet Synchro, Big Dag the pass, and it's like, yeah, not mine. I'm like, okay, I see where we're going.
Yeah.
And then game two, I go first. I get lava golemed in his turn, all the fun stuff. But then I managed to like sneak in a Baron access call to kill him. And that's a game that I rebooted him because it was gonna TT my Baron like yeah, nah, reboot. And then in game three, he puts me to start. I literally go activate Fateful effect, add Enchantress, discard Enchantress. Enchantress at the right. Set one pass. Like I had like a lot of gas in my hand, but I'm like, there's no reason to combo if next turn I can just clear his wall bar and kill him. And that's what I did.
Mm.
And then
And
the
then
next
one more after that, right?
two more. The next one was Flunderies. Game one he activates Duality, showing Cobalt the Grave and Robina. And he goes, oh yeah, I'll get Robina. And I'm like, okay, resolution, draw, smile.
And
And then he passes. And like,
you
cool,
just know,
I kill
don't
you.
even have I 100%. Like,
He goes activate map pass. I'm like, cool. Adventure engine bounce the map. Normal. ETLA. Blah, 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 make access code with Baron kill.
yep, it's so easy. Yep.
So good. And then game two, he starts off. Can I remember? Can I remember? Damn, I can't remember. Oh, yeah, I remember. He starts with the extravagance. I draw him. He passes, but my hand is like gamma, troll, and I can't remember. But it was bad. I wasn't playing as well, so I'm like, you know what? I think there was a fateful include, so I just went like fateful effect, add enchantress, card enchantress, enchantress at right, pass kind of thing.
Yep.
Because I had Gman, and I know that if I get my normal summon, I just win.
Yep.
And then he goes,
Yep.
in the next turn, he goes, duality, show me a call by the grave. And he gets a call by the grave. I'm like, cool, continue. And then he goes, normal summon Robin effect. I'm like, Chingama.
Yeah, that's enough.
Yeah.
And then next turn, I draw into uh, a punk card, and then I just go kill him.
Yep.
Same thing, excess cold baron,
Yep.
and then
Standard.
standard game. And then the last round was against Dragon Link with adventure. It was quite different from your list because I don't think he
Uh,
played punk.
yeah. Yeah. Uh-huh.
But and then I just game one perform Scythe combo. He loses. Game two I draw Nim Villain Perm plus full combo. So I just pretty much did what you did to me, Marshall. I triple hand jab me and then free card combo kill him.
Yeah. That's it. Yeah, yeah. If
Yep.
only that worked all the time.
Oh, imagine if it didn't work. So, and then I got this match here because I was the last one to win. The other two already won because the round before the guy on Dragon Link was playing against the Plant Furion with Sun Avalon cards. So that match just literally took ages to finish because there was no time as well. So they just like entire match took what an hour and a bit.